And it's something that I think I've started to do more since the pandemic started. Hello there. Hello there everyone, welcome back to the Edward White Audio Thoughts. Again, this is story time. This is where I just choose a different subject matter, try and talk to it for sometimes about 15 minutes, sometimes about 30 minutes. And yeah, I'm finding these really interesting. I'm really grateful that people are listening and hopefully finding value in the content, and hopefully it's bringing their lives a little bit of value or entertainment or information. Yeah, I just want to say thank you because I've had some feedback and it's really nice. Got a new light this week, so hopefully it should look better. Still got a quarantine haircut, dying for a haircut, so hopefully we should be allowed a haircut soon. And yeah, this week I wanted to talk about complaints and complaining and moaning and bitching, and it's something that I think I've started to do more since the pandemic started, and obviously life got kind of turned upside down. I've been having Isabella more, I've been on social media more, which I know is bad, and yeah, I just found myself like starting complaining, and I never used to complain. Like I don't really care, and I don't know why. I don't kind of know what the catalyst was for me starting to complain. I think it is like social media and that kind of influx of just everyone's opinions on everything that everyone's doing at the minute. Because obviously a lot of people have got a lot more time, so there's just a lot more time and energy put into stuff that doesn't really matter at the minute. But yeah, so on to complaining. I think there's no point in it. It doesn't bring your life any value. Bitching and moaning doesn't bring your life any value. And I don't say this in the sense that like you have to be happy and joyful and the world is amazing. Like I just say like you got to be a realist and understand that like this is what's happening. But like you can either complain about it or you can just get on with it and do it. And yeah, I know I'd want to be in the latter rather than the former. I was listening to a podcast, and this was ages ago that I kind of heard the idea, and it was on a Tim Ferriss podcast. And he talked about doing a 21-day no complaint challenge, and how it sort of works is, so you get a wristband like one of these, or if you join the official club, you get an official wristband, but I'm not a part of the official club, so I ordered my own, and plus I want black ones. So you get a wristband like this, and if you're listening on the podcast, it's like one of those ones that are just like the rubber ones that used to have all the charity stuff on it back when I was in like year 9. And what you do is you put it on one of your wrists, and every day that you go through without complaining, you get to keep it on that wrist. But every time you complain or bitch or moan, you have to move it to the other wrist. So I'm putting it on this wrist because I did it on this wrist yesterday and I haven't complained, so yeah, I don't have to move it over. But every time that you move it over, you have to start the 21-day challenge again. On the guy's website, I can't specifically remember his name. He says that, but if you do want to know, just ask me and I'll find it for you. He says that like complaining is like a lot of things in terms of like, bless me, in terms of like gossip, just putting people down, being derogatory, and yeah, like very harsh in terms of what complaining is, whereas Tim Ferriss is more laxed in terms of like, he says that like if you actively go out and complain, like say something happened in the line and someone cut you up, or you're driving and someone cut you off or barged into you or something, by you complaining about it, that is kind of what Tim Ferriss would class as a complaint. And I think I'm more sided towards the Tim Ferriss side of it, in terms of like, if you actively go out to complain about something that you can either do something about, or you can see a little bit of positive, then that would, for me, would be a class of like changing the hands. I think it's really interesting. I'm going to be interested to see if I can actually do it. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it straight away, because I think you can do it like for the first few days, and then it gets a little bit hard. But yeah, I think I'm just doing it during this time because I'm fed up of myself getting all bitchy and moany. I don't want to be like that. I think a lot of other people should do it as well. Like, don't complain about the stuff that you can control, and if you can't control it, then either get rid of it in your life or learn to live with it and learn to be accepting of it. And I think what I've practiced it for a few days, and what I've noticed is, whilst the wristbands were coming, and what I noticed was that it really helps your like subconscious thoughts become conscious, and before you just blurt out something, or before you just start to feel that emotion of anger or resentment or any sort of like negative feeling, you really do think about it, and you really do start to put stuff into perspective, really. And I just think like it helps to almost put that stopgap in between your thoughts and what you actually say. It reminds me a little bit of meditation, in terms of like really honing in on what you're thinking, how you're thinking it, how you're using your mind, because we have this like voice that just goes on in our head. We have this like running commentary, and it can either be beneficial to you or it can be negative to you. And I think a lot of people don't really understand that like this voice in your head is a bit of a dick, and he or she can really influence your life. If you can kind of take control of it and understand that you have this other pilot that's going on in your head, and he or she's doing pretty much everything in your life, you can take control and regain control over that. But I think that for me feels like another subject matter and another story time, so I might keep it up in here and do it. Methods to stop complaining. What would I say? So I'd say stop consuming news and social media and stuff that doesn't really value you or impact you directly. Because I feel like a lot of the news sites and a lot of the social media sites, they obviously want your attention. They get their money from your attention. So you're going to be reading a lot of stuff just to get that one article. So yeah, stop consuming news, stop consuming content on social media. Choose who you follow, choose who you are like influenced by. That will have an impact. Choose your circle of friends, choose who has an impact on your everyday life, how they interact with you, how you interact with them. That will help a lot. And then secondly, just music. Music's so good for lifting up moods and almost taking you out of the place without really being away from it. I love music, love finding good tunes, some really good drum and bass out at the minute, which is kind of annoying because you can't go raving, but I'm not complaining. Yeah, try it. try the 21-day no complaint challenge, and see if you can do it. Buy these are like £4 for a pack of 10 on Amazon. Buy a load of wristbands. I will, if you would like to know more information, I'll send you the links. Just let me know. And yeah, again, if you would like me to cover anything specifically, let me know, and hopefully I can do that for you. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a really good week, even though I'm going to put this out on Wednesday. So I hope you have a good rest of the week. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.